This week, Microsoft gets toasted, we got Switch 2 price predictions, and more, so let's kick off the new year, together, as a people of course, and check it out! And welcome to the first sensational Sunday of 2024. I'm Mike and I'm bringing in the new year with the gaming news. But before we can bring in the new year, let me talk about my final video of last year, which covered the rumors for Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo for their hardware possibly coming in 2024. And I think the most interesting of the three is Nintendo because we can assume that we're finally going to get a whole new console this year. Well, an analyst for GameIndustry.biz, Dr. Scuti Toto, has made some predictions about the Switch 2 and its pricing. So this analyst is predicting that we'll see Nintendo's new console in 2024 at the price of $400. Dr. Toto is also predicting that we'll see an increase in game pricing from $60 to $70. Now, the IGN article points out that this analyst also predicted that we would see the Switch Pro, which didn't end up happening, but Dr. Toto is claiming that it did exist and some developers had their hands on dev hardware. The reason I bring that part of the article up is just to say that all these are predictions and rumors. None of this stuff is guaranteed to happen. This information, though, doesn't seem too far-fetched. The Switch OLED already retails for $350. If the next system is going to be more powerful, I can see Nintendo going up to $400. Plus, Sony and Microsoft's highest-end models both retail for $500 this generation. So if Nintendo does $400, they'd still be a cheaper alternative to those consoles. Plus, they still have the unique spin of being a handheld and a home console, so I could very much see their next system retailing for $400 at launch. Now, when it comes to the $70 game pricing, I think this will probably happen too. Tears of the Kingdom retail for $70, so Nintendo is already experimenting with the idea of raising game prices this generation. Plus, Microsoft and Sony already hit that $70 price point for games when their systems came out in 2020, so it would make sense for Nintendo to follow that trend as well. Overall, in my opinion, I think these predictions from Dr. Toto seem pretty reasonable. Either way, I just hope we finally get Nintendo's next console this year. But you know what we already have this year? The next Xbox appliance. So I don't even know if I covered this on the channel, but Microsoft has an Xbox Series X mini fridge of questionable quality that's currently being sold. It essentially came from a meme that started when Microsoft first showed the design of the Xbox Series X. People said it looked like a refrigerator, so it was kind of a funny nod that Microsoft did this whole mini fridge thing. Either way, I incorrectly assumed that this will be the only Xbox branded appliance that Microsoft will release. So yes, the Xbox Series X toaster is now available at Walmart for $40. It does not play any games, but it can toast 2 slices, and it puts an Xbox logo on the toast, so there's that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know how to feel about it. It would be a funny gag to get the toaster, but you can probably find a way better toaster at $40 than the Xbox themed one. I guess if you're a huge Xbox fan and you want your toast to have an Xbox logo, this is probably gonna be the best option. But what if you're not even a fan of the current consoles? What if you want to play something a little more old school? So when I was a kid, not that I'm old or anything, but when I was a kid, I used to love to play Tetris on the NES. But one thing that I never did was beat the game, and apparently no one else did until now. So after 37 years, a 13-year-old has finally beat NES Tetris. So the kid has a video of the playthrough posted on his YouTube channel under the name Blue Scuti, where he essentially reaches the end of Tetris. Now, the game was never programmed to have an ending. It was supposed to go on forever, so he basically reached the point where the game crashes. Now, according to the IGN article, there's actually a way to avoid crashing the game at this point, and you can reach another endpoint of the game where the screen turns red and the level restarts at 0. So the max level one could possibly reach would be 255, but of course no one has reached that point either. Now, I'm not deep in the Tetris community, so I had no idea until this happened that Tetris didn't have a true ending and that no one had beat it. But yeah, it's a pretty cool achievement to get, especially since it hasn't been done before in the game's 37-year existence. But you know what may exist very soon? Another gaming handheld. And that's what we're talking about today in our final story. So 2023 was a pretty exciting year for the handheld PC market. We got the ROG Ally, we got the Lenovo Legion Go, and then Valve recently released the Steam Deck OLED, and all these devices were $700 or under, which we really hadn't seen before with these type of handhelds. With Lenovo and Asus joining the market last year, I always wondered if more laptop manufacturers would do their take on the handheld PC. Well, now we know which company is likely to be next to enter the category, and that's MSI. So we don't have a lot of details on the upcoming handheld, but they released a teaser on their Instagram account, and it's pretty short. It has a silhouette of a handheld with the LED rings around what I assume would be the thumbsticks, so it's likely going to be similar to the Ally with the LED rings. Then it shows the exhaust grills, which I really like the red and black color scheme on what I assume is going to be the air intake. and then it shows their logo on the handheld itself, and then the next screen is another logo, and then the hashtag CES 2024. So we can assume based on the teaser that this is likely going to be revealed at CES, and if they follow the Asus and Lenovo strategy, then it'll probably be released shortly after the announcement. Personally, I think I'm good on handhelds right now, but of course, I want to see what their take on it is and what the specs are going to look like. However, I'm not going to stand here until CES. I'm going to go ahead and bring the video to a close, but let me know how you feel down below about Nintendo's next console possibly being $400, and I'm actually going to be back for a live stream because it is the 5-year anniversary of the channel. That will be happening Friday, January 12th, so be there and be square. I'm going to actually schedule it and post a time soon, so keep an eye out for that. And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to tell a friend, tell a coworker, like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell notification to be notified when I drop a video or a live stream like the one on Friday. And always do at least 2 things at the same time. Peace.